The Mastercard Foundation, in partnership with FAWE, are actually out with another opportunity that I would call a big banger. So, if you would like to join the second cohort, then you have to apply now because the FAWE, in partnership with the Mastercard Foundation, is now accepting applications for the second cohort of the FAWE Mastercard Foundation Phase 2 Bursary Program for the 2025-2026 academic year. Right now, a bursary program, or let's say a bursary scholarship, is a scholarship that will provide you financial aid for 1 year. And imagine being off the radar of your school and you are on Mastercard Foundation and FAWE's radar for a year. Oh my goodness, you're going to get a lot of benefits, right? Now, let's talk about what the offer is. Speaking of benefits, a total of 200 fully funded bursaries are available for brilliant yet marginalized young people. Now, 80% of this fully funded bursaries are reserved for female applicants and 20% for male applicants, with 5 to 15% allocated to persons with disabilities and those with refugee status. Just so you know, the FAWE stands for Forum for African Women Educationalists. Mind you, this is not a scholarship opportunity that is only for women. No, that's why I've told you about the percentages that are reserved for female applicants, male applicants, as well as people with disabilities. In other words, we'll see that much preference will be given to females who apply for this scholarship. Now, this program empowers talented, marginalized young women and men to pursue studies in STEM related fields, enabling them to acquire the knowledge and skills required to thrive in these disciplines. Now, eligibility criteria, this is the eligibility criteria. You must have completed WASI or certificate to qualify for tertiary education and face financial challenges. You must be aged 15 to 25 years at the time of application. You must come from one of the following regions, which is Northeast, Savannah, Upper West, Upper East, Northern Volta, or OT, and you must have gained admission into one of FAWE's partner institutions. Now, these institutions include Bolgatanga Technical University, Cape Coast Technical University, Dr. Elaliman Technical University, Ho Technical University, Takoradi Technical University, and Akintana Menka University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development, and Tamale Technical University. Now, applicants must be committed to giving back to their communities through service and development. Now, you know that is the motto for Mastercard Foundation. Whenever there's a partnership between them and any other organization, they do stress on the fact that you should be willing to give back to your community. Now, before I even move up, let's just talk about the fact that the application deadline is on the 30th November 2025. So, how then do you apply? So, we'll be looking at the application form very soon, but just know that you can visit the www.fawegh.org or the admission portal of any of partner institutions to access and complete the online form. So, applicants enabled to apply online may also visit regional or district girls' education office for a free hard copy of the form, or visit the FAWE Ghana office. Number 1, Ifwa Sutherland Road, G.W.O, Accra, for help. Now, application forms are free of charge, so don't let anyone take money from you in exchange for application or even the scholarship, okay? Great. So just note that young people who are living with disabilities, refugees, or internally displaced, orphaned, total or partial orphans, and HIV or AIDS infected or affected are strongly encouraged to apply, right? So if you're a person who falls in this category or knows someone whom might benefit from this opportunity because they fall in that category, then you can't share the opportunity with them. However, the bursary program does not support continuing students, top up programs, degree programs, or students with conditional or probationary admission. We've spoken about the partner institutions that um, are going to be considered for this bursary program, and you realize that most of them are technical universities. So if you missed that part, you can watch that part again and be conversant with the schools that will be given the scholarship. I mean, so you can also scan this QR code to apply, and for more information, you contact them via the number you can see on the screen. Right, great. There's a lot to know about the FAWE Foundation. So, if possible, you can take time and learn about them. Their link is going to be in the description box as well as the application link. But since I promised that we're going to talk about the application and the things you're supposed to put in there, let's check out the application website or the form to say the least. Okay, so this is the application form for the technical and vocational education and training bursary in FAWE Ghana academic year. Okay, so yeah, that is a short introduction of what I just spoke about, the fact that the FAWE, can I say fall? Yeah, let me just say fall so that we can go faster, right? So the fall, in partnership with Mastercard Foundation, is implementing a scholarship program. Okay, so we've spoken about the fact that there are 200 scholarship available for young people interested in pursuing STEM related courses in higher national diploma at technical and vocational education and training institutions for the 2025-2026 academic year. They've enlisted the eligibility criteria again, so you can actually go through and tell whether you are eligible for this. Okay, great. Now, this application form is free of charge. Let me just highlight on it again. You don't have to take money from anyone. Okay. So now the very first thing you have to do is you have to give consent. Right now, the consent is to provide um by signing this part, you're trying to say that the FAW can process your personal information in this application form for the purpose of determining your eligibility for the bursary. Then afterwards, you upload a picture of your passport, right? So you get a passport picture. Mind you, it should be less than 10 megabytes. Then you move on to section A, which is about your personal information. Now, this personal information, you provide it, okay? Now, you have to read through the form carefully before filling it in. You provide the information where appropriate, and your word limits are usually between 100 to 200 for all questions that need description. Then you attach all supporting documents, okay? Then you write in block letters and mark with X where appropriate. Write in block letters. Please, let me say this again. Write in block letters, right? Write in block letters. So date of birth, you put it there. Ghana card, you upload a file, age, gender, you fill it in there. Surname, make sure that you write it in block letters. First name, block letters, if you have another name, block letters. So you fill in the other information. I don't think there is any information that's too much, and we would have to explain. Okay, so um you can do that. Now, you can click on the button here, right, just after the research bar to get your current location. So this, then you get your latitude and longitude, your altitude and accuracy as well. Then after that, you come to section B that talks about your participation in extracurricular activities, okay? So in that, you have to show the kind of extracurricular activities you've participated in. Now, if you have been a member of a team, club, organization, or association, you specify your role, right? If it's other, C, then you explain, okay? Yeah. Now, section C is where you put in your other personal information, and that is that. Then your school contact information too, you have to put it there. Academic information, that includes your WASI certificate, um, identity card, name of the school, district where the school is located, type of school, overall score or aggregate on your results slip and other examinations taken. Okay, so the year of this examination, name of the school district, where the school is located, type of school, and whether it was government or private, and then your overall score or aggregate. Then you put in your family background information, and it includes things like who is the head of your family. Forgot to read the one that was there, but yeah, it's something you can write. It's not difficult. Then what's the highest level of education of the head of household? What is the occupation of this head of household? So yeah, what is the monthly average income? It's necessary. And all these other information that you can actually put there. Please don't lie. Please don't lie. Say the truth, because the effect of lying is very difficult. Yeah, the effect of lying is difficult. So, socio-economic background, yeah, you also have to put that kind of information there. Um, and yes, leadership experience. Now, this is where you actually write something small, more or less like an essay. Please make sure that you write it in a story form such that it will attract them. Okay, it's very important. So, your leadership experience, you put it in there. It's about describing a previously held uh, leadership position, activities, or experience. Okay, so you need to talk about impact. It's very important. Talk about the influence you had on them, not just how you were stressed, how things were, talk about the impact you made, right? The influence you had on the people. Because if you're someone who has influence on people, you are someone whom these organizations would likely want to help. So you state any awards received from your previous schools or community or any outstanding leadership performance. That's also there. So community service experience you can also put in there. And you can also attach the admission letter. All these information are here. And when you are done, you click on submit, and that will be the end for your application. You just hope that at the end of the day, they call you for an interview, which will finalize whether you actually got the scholarship or not. So, wonderful people, we've come to the end of this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments section, okay? Yes, let me know in the comments section, and make sure that you send this video to anyone who may benefit from it. Don't keep it, don't hoard it. Yes, send it to the person and encourage them to apply. Guys, I think that I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.